Hi, Sean. I was just gonna. We saw the update on Dane. Sounds like more good news on him that he's out of the hospital. I was wondering if you could add anything to that and maybe just run down what you know about some of the other injuries last night. Jordan, Matt Milano, obviously.
Yeah, I would say, Adam, that I'll try and hit them all probably so we get them out of the way now. The guys that missed last night, Gabe, Ed, Tim, I think that was it, right? They're all getting better. Dane, very fortunate that he's in good spirits today, and we'll just continue to take that day by day. And I would say the guys also that went down in addition to Gabe last night, Jordan had a hamstring, and Matt had a little stinger there, and Mitch with the elbow. I think we'll just continue to take those day by day and see where they go
here. Any indication, positive or negative, or not something you're willing to get into as for on a short week status for Sunday yet? Then.
Yeah, no, we just got done the game obviously last night, and just want to get a better feel. Give it really the trainers a better feel tomorrow. I know we'll have a walkthrough tomorrow, and I think we have to put in an injury report, an official report tomorrow. So I think we'll get more information. Usually, Adam, you've been in it 24, 48 hours more so than right after the game here. So.
All right. So the only other thing I'd have would be there's so much good to ask you about in terms of how dominating that win was. I guess I would focus on, after you've watched the film, your run defense and how you're able to execute that and limit a guy like Derrick Henry to 25 yards.
Yeah, it's number one guy. I thought Leslie Frazier and the defensive staff put together a great plan. The players executed just fundamentally strong, really more than anything. And they knew their assignments. They were disciplined and they tackled well. I thought the front really did a good job of defeating blocks up front and giving the back half of the defense a chance to make clean tackles.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Sean, as you guys begin preparation for the Miami Dolphins game, I know you're probably closing the page on last night's game, but what are some of the challenges that the Miami Dolphins present just based on maybe some of the numbers and some of the film that you've already watched?
Yeah, small sample under the new head coach and the new staff there. There is continuity on the defensive side, more so than the offensive side with their coaching staff. Continuity as well on special teams. So we have a little bit more film on those sides of the balls, respectively. Offense is a little bit less. So they look like they're playing at a very high level, and they're 2-0 against two really, really good football teams. So on a short week here for us, we've got to get rest and then get back to work here and put together a good week of preparation.
Then one more question for me, just how important is the week of preparation going to be for possibly two rookies in Christian Benford and Kaiir Elam, who might have their hands full with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill going ahead in this matchup, just based on what those two have done numbers wise. They both had over 150 receiving yards yesterday or Sunday, I should say.
Yeah. We've gone up against both of them before, but now they're on the same field. I always thought they were a talented football team over the last couple of years, and going against Miami, that is, and now adding Tyreek Hill to that mix they've got a tremendous amount of playmakers on that team, both sides of the ball and special teams, and very explosive on offense with what they can do in the throws down the field, the yards after catch. And it doesn't just come off from the backfield, it seems. From the wideouts, it comes from Gesicki as well as the running back core there. So very, very explosive. And then Tua is playing at a very high level as well.
Thanks, Sean.
Sure.
Hi, Sean. It's Jay with the Buffalo News. My question was sort of similar to Maddie's there, but how does the uncertainty right now in the secondary in terms of Dane's condition and Micah's condition potentially impact how you prepare for this game?
Yeah, it leaves us a little bit in an unknown position right now that way, but there's others too, right? So we faced that last week as well, and as late as last Saturday, this past Saturday, Jay, as you know, with Gabe's situation. So I was extremely proud of the way the guys were prepared and stepped in and did a great job. Jake Kumaro is a guy that doesn't get a lot of publicity, and thought he did a phenomenal job of being ready to go and on short notice and going out there and making plays for us. So same thing on defense with Brandon Bryan and CJ and in his first game as a Buffalo Bill, as a pro player, really first regular season game. So my hat goes off to those guys. So we'll need more of that this week. And that's what we've got to do. That's the journey of an NFL season. And we expect whoever's number's called is to step in and step up.
In regards to Micah, he has kind of shown up on some injury reports here and there in training camp with a neck injury. Do you know whether what happened yesterday is potentially related, or is it something separate, or is that maybe too soon to know?
Yeah, you said it, Jay. Too soon to know. So we'll just continue to take it one day at a time. Again, I usually get the feel from the trainers, and they like a little bit of time on their side as well. So I'll wait to hear from them tomorrow on that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, I know that, we saw the update from the team this morning. Have you had a chance to talk to Dane today? I know you mentioned that you talked to him before the ambulance left last night, but have you had a chance to talk with him today?
Yes. In fact, I have, and we had a good conversation downstairs in the training room. And again, like I said, he seems to be in good spirits.
When those conversations happen, I mean, given what happened less than 24 hours ago, I know you said it's bigger than football. Does it feel like this is almost as good of a scenario that could have come out of this after we watched what happened last night?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had a chance to communicate with, or Nate had a chance to communicate with me. We were kind of going back and forth last night, trying to really see if I should go over to the hospital. And Nate didn't think that was going to be necessary from a timing standpoint. It seemed like they were going to get released, both of those guys, and they did. So I was happy to see smiles on their faces, and in terms of Nate sent me a picture of them as I was heading home at that point. So it was good to see, and just kind of just helped me get a little bit of rest there too, just knowing that they were in a good spot.
No easy way to really transition from the severity of that back to football. But I did want to ask you, at the end of the first half, you guys are in that 4th and 1, and Josh finds Steph in the back of the end zone. Did it feel like that's kind of when things changed? I know like every game has a turning point. Does it feel like that's kind of where this one turned? Yeah,
it felt like it. We were looking to hard count them there. I think it was 4th and 1.5, and just see. And but I didn't want to take a delay and have to back us up out of a chance to go for it. So I called the timeout, and unfortunately they jumped at the same time. They were probably timing up the play clock there. It was down to 2 seconds or whatnot, but. So that was a called deal, and then we went with it on 4th and the short distance like we had, as you said. And I thought Josh and Steph did a great job. Josh kind of fading back and buying a little bit more time, and Steph finding that open area there. That's just the rapport that those two have built up, and I think our receivers overall, tight ends, Dawson, backs as well, they do a really good job of working in tandem with Josh and some of those loose plays.
Cool. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Hey, Sean, you talked last night about how, this injury with Dane, it becomes something that's bigger than football. Does the relief of knowing he's okay, is that a little bit more of a relief today, getting the good update on him this morning?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's the part that's bigger than football. There's a football piece of that, but the bigger piece of it all is of the pie there is Dane's health and well-being. And that's true for every one of our players and staff, right? I mean, we're trying like heck to win games, but at the end of the day, it's quality of life and making sure everyone's doing well that way.
Is at this point, is it too early to start thinking about Dane's maybe immediate football future? I mean, I know last time everybody's thinking about be able to move and walk and do all that stuff, but is it close enough now that where you're looking at whether or not he's going to play next week, week after, anything like that?
Yeah, I still don't know. Like I said, it was a good sign this morning that he was in good spirits, and we'll just see how he is tomorrow.
Thanks, Sean.
Yep.
Hi, Sean, it's Jay again. Just to clarify, when you had mentioned earlier about potentially going over to the hospital, I think you referenced both players. The team, unless I missed it, I thought it was only Dane. Was there, did someone else go to be evaluated?
Yeah, Micah went over just to be evaluated as well, just to make sure. So.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure.
That's all the questions we have for today. Thanks,
All
Coach.
right, guys. Thank you.